Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes. It's a line from The Godfather. For those unfamiliar, Luca Brasi was the godfather of Vito Corleone's most feared enforcer. The message was conveyed visually in Brasi's oversized bulletproof vest being returned to Corleone with a dead fish in it to emphasize his watery grave. There are no dead fish in vests, but watery graves are the current subject of our passage. Revelation 18 verse 21 reads, "Then a mighty angel picked up a boulder the size of a large millstone and threw it into the sea, and said, 'With such violence the great city of Babylon will be thrown down, never to be found again.'" In other words, Babylon the Great is going to sleep with the fishes. Now, this is the third description of a mighty angel in Revelation. In this case, I'd say the word mighty is a bit of an understatement. Small millstones used in the home could weigh as little as 25 pounds. But this boulder is compared to large millstones. Or in Greek, it's the word mega. It's a mega millstone. That means it was a commercial millstone, which probably weighed somewhere between 600 to 2,000 pounds, which is roughly 10 times the size of those stones thrown by the largest catapults in the first century. Now, in 21st century terms, we could just as well imagine the angel saying "Hulk smash" after the stone splashes down. Now, while the vision seems like it could be straight out of a Marvel film, the actual source of the illusion is the end of Jeremiah chapter 51. Perhaps unsurprisingly, it's a passage describing God's final judgment on Babylon. At one point, Jeremiah was given the instruction, "When you finish reading this scroll, tie a stone to it and throw it into the Euphrates. Then say, 'So will Babylon sink to rise no more because of the disaster I will bring on her, and her people will fall.'" Now, some scholars point to additional echoes in Ezekiel 26, which speaks of casting stones into the middle of the sea. Now, whatever the antecedent, the result is clear, such that the mighty angel continues. "The music of the harpists and musicians, pipers and trumpeters will never be heard in you again. No worker of any trade will ever be found in you again. The sound of a millstone will never be heard in you again. The light of a lamp will never shine in you again. The voice of a bridegroom and bride will never be heard in you again. Your merchants were the world's important people. By your magic spell, all the nations were led astray. In her was found the blood of the prophets and of God's holy people, all who have been slaughtered on the earth." Now, in case you've been keeping score at home, this is the sixth instance in Revelation in which Babylon's fall is described. Beginning with the first instance in chapter 14 through the last instance here at the conclusion of chapter 18, the different images, means, and timing with which Babylon's fall is described makes its own case that the action described is not linear. One scholar said of this aspect of John's vision, "We have then a highly repetitive narrative with incidents narrated multiple times." The author continues, "While such redundancy risks boring or confusing the audience, it also has the effect of enhancing the certainty that these events are real." These events are real and will be real. As I've said again and again, Babylon is neither the historical Babylon nor merely Rome, but rather any and every city and system that sets itself against God by persecuting God's people. We can be certain that one day its judgment will come. As Joseph assured Pharaoh in Genesis that the duplication of his vision assured the certainty of its coming to pass, so the sixfold vision of Babylon's fall should give us equal confidence and warning. Have a great week.